An SUV doesn't have to be a hulking great big family car. Empty nesters and those wanting a compact crossover have other smaller options, like these three city SUVs. The best city SUV field has shrunk from 4 to 3 finalists this year, but that's no reflection of the popularity of compact crossovers. Returning from a big win last year is the Suzuki Vitara, which goes up against a refreshed Ford EcoSport and an updated Mazda CX-3. All three will be put under the microscope by the judges as we look at how they perform on the road and through a set routine of emergency maneuvers around the racetrack. And we'll also climb through each car to see its inside presentation and practicality. And it won't be easy to find a winner this year, with all three bringing strengths in some areas that shine through. The Ford EcoBoost comes into the field with a refreshing update that improves its looks inside and out. But it doesn't deliver a better ride, and the judges found the car at odds with its skill set, delivering silky smooth power from its 3-cylinder turbo engine, but being hampered by a poorly tuned automatic transmission. The ride was also the harshest, and being the only car with a drum brake rear end, it required the most distance to come to a stop from 100 kilometers an hour. It is, however, the most affordable city SUV here and has the best ownership costs based on its servicing requirements and fixed price plan.
Full credit to Ford because this latest round of updates really has improved the EcoSport significantly, and the 1-litre 3-cylinder engine remains a real cracker.
However, the judges couldn't look past the poor ride quality and odd ergonomics that didn't do it any favours, running in third with a total score from the judges of 7 points. The carryover champ, the Vitara, was no less impressive this year, showing graceful on-road manners that underpin the best SUV feel in this group. It has a high-set driving position that mimics the feel of larger SUVs, and that goes a long way to why the Vitara is a popular choice.
I like the fact that it's unashamedly its own thing. It's a little bit quirky, it's really tall like an SUV, but it actually has the engine of a hot hatch. The thing is, I would be very careful as to how much chintz I optioned on mine if I was buying one.
Despite a strong chassis with good dynamics, it was hampered by overbearing electronics that felt too controlling on the test track. Through the slalom, the brakes would begin to heave on heavily after passing through 2 or 3 cones. It is also the most expensive city SUV on test. In the end, the Vitara very narrowly missed out on retaining its position as the best city SUV for 2018, finishing in second place with 17 points from the judges and just 1 point shy of the victor. And so the 2018 Drive Car of the Year Best City SUV is the Mazda CX-3. The CX-3 doesn't look much different to before, but a significant update to ride and handling see it shine over the other 2 finalists. It is also the only car here to come with any form of automated emergency braking, or AEB, that is also standard across the entire CX-3 lineup. The interior presentation is also high on the list of its strengths, and all judges agreed its mix of quality materials and soft touches were the best in this class. Well, inside, the CX-3 is certainly the cleanest looking of all the SUVs on this test and has some nice detail that makes it pretty interesting to look at. As well as that, it has a floating infotainment system. Now, while that's matched by the Ford EcoBoost, it does have a rotary control dial down here, and it just makes navigating the system that much more simpler. The room up front is quite good and the seats are pretty comfortable. In the back there's less knee room and it is a bit of a squeeze. And then further back in the boot, well, it's the smallest of all three. Such is the life of a compact SUV. But otherwise, the overall fit and finish certainly leads this pack. The Mazda CX-3 is the only naturally aspirated engine on test, with a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol producing 110 kilowatts at 6,000 RPM and 195 Newton meters of torque. It sits in the middle of the class for fuel use, claiming a combined cycle rating of 6.3 litres per 100 kilometres. Well, it's a pretty tough call between the Suzuki Vitara and the Mazda CX-3. But the Mazda CX-3 does sit at the top of its segment now for ride and handling, with a pretty good settled ride. The benefit in this class though is that the CX-3 steering does feel pretty crisp and the car moves around nicely. It feels more like a compact car than it does a larger SUV. And the engine's not too bad either. It's certainly nothing too energetic, but it's zippy enough for around town, and it's good out here on the country roads for for cruising along and for overtaking slower traffic. Added to its supple ride and good dynamics both on the road and around the track, the CX-3 received 18 votes from judges, putting it ahead of the Vitara by just 1 point, and earning a well-deserved win in the Best City SUV category. Well, what do you think? What's your city SUV of the year? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, and also to watch all of the latest car videos, click subscribe to Drive.com.au.